everyone for the state live lecture of geography, that is class 9th. So today we are going to start chapter number 5, that is precipitation. So let's begin the chapter. But before that, there are some questions that you have to think over it because as it is related to our subject. Yes, so here on your screen you can see there are the two images you can see on your screen. See the first image here, first image is about both, observe both the pictures very carefully and a sentence is written below that. You have to read that sentence. Just let's see the first sentence. The blades of grass look like this in winter morning only. Yes, only during in the winter season and only in the morning. From where does this water droplets of grass comes? Yes, you can see on the green, you can see the water droplets on the green grass. So from where do they come? From where do they arise and they fall it down on the grass? This is the question you have to think over it. Yes, and at second, observe the picture. You can see the image over there, the region which is full of snow over there. Yes, the region is full of snow. Mostly the snow is found everywhere in winters, only in Kashmir only. So the your question arises, why isn't snow found in our surrounding? Yes, where we stay, then why in our surrounding where we stay, there is no snow at all? Yes, there is a question. Yes, na? So we have to think on it. See the next one. Third, third image. Generally, it rains between June and September in our region. Yes, as it is rainy season. In rainy season, we can see from June to September in our region. Then, how these water droplets, how these rain droplets form? This is the third questions which we have to think over it, or you have to discuss it. Next is the fourth one. Sometimes hailstone destroy the standing crops in the field. The image you can see the fourth one, it is the hailstones over there. Whenever there is a hailstone, it destroys the standing crops in the field. So here the about the hailstone, the question is there about that why we don't get hailstones frequently. Yes, these hailstones you can see on your screen. Then daily on month wise, why we are not getting these hailstones? This also the questions which can be we have to look into it. So here, this all the questions which we have arised that we have to think over it, and I'm sure all the questions also have arisen in your mind also. So at the last of this chapter we will able to answer all these four types of questions. So this is our learning outcomes. At last, at, when we will complete this lesson, at last we will able to answer how the rain droplets form, why we don't get hailstones frequently. There are some geographical concepts that we should able to know about this four questions. So let's move forward. Let's go to the chapter now. But before that, some geographical explanation we have to clear it. We have to clear it, or we have to know to it. So let's start our geographical explanation. Yes. With this is the introduction of the chapter also, students. So pay attention here. As we all know that 70.8% part of the Earth's surface is full of water. Yes, on our Earth's surface there is 70.8% of water. But the distribution of water is not equal, students. It is very uneven. See, at some places there are water storage is limited. Yes, and while other places you can see there are ample of water over there you can see. So there is on the earth surface the distribution of the water is not equal. So here, sorry, yes. So here, what is that? Whenever we study about the about the Earth's surface, you have to think it, that the distribution of the water is not equal over there on Earth's surface. Next, then here, next concept about this in the introduction is about the condensation. Yes, what is this condensation over here? Let's see here. First, condensation, you understand that is the physical change over there. Condensation means what? Physical change. It is there, can be seen in the atmosphere. First, listen to it carefully. Condensation is a physical change over there. Now, so I know in the previous standard also you have the word water cycle. You are very familiar with this concept about the water cycle. Yes, students. Uh, in detail also, I'm going to explain you about the water cycle. But in short, I'll explain you the meaning of condensation with the example. And this example, you do it, or you this you experience in day to day life. The example is that, see, example is about that we experience on our day to day basis. Daily we take a bath. Yes, when the temperature is high over there and it is very hot, you will see the mirror. You will see the mirror is covered with the fog once you are done taking a hot water shower. When you take a bath with the hot water, if inside in your bathroom, you can see the mirror over there. When you complete your bath, that time on the mirror you can see the mirror is full of covered with fog over there. Yes, when you touch the mirror, there are some small beads of water on the mirror. Yes, some students you have experienced, or some want to experience. You can experience by tomorrow also. Okay, students. So that time when you will see the small beads of water on the mirror, so that is known as condensation. Yes, understood this? What is condensation? With this uh, explanation, with this example, you will able to write definition also. Yes. Then let's focus on the definition of the condensation. Condensation means it is a process of a substance that it is in its gaseous states and it converts into a liquid state. This change is brought about by a change in the pressure and temperature of the substance. This is the definition of condensation. Now next point is there, as the atmospheric conditions change, we see changes in the form of condensation. On winter mornings, we find dew. As the atmosphere keeps on changing, students. So that changes we will form in the form of condensation. So here is the change you can see. See the on your screen, students. See the first one here. In areas located at higher altitudes, snowfall occurs while it rains in other places. Yes, when the areas are in the high altitudes, that time in that area, snowfall occurs continuously. The snowfall is occurring over there. Yes, but on the same time only, at other place it start raining over there. Next, some places experiences dense fog, while some experiences hailstone suddenly and faces crop destruction. See, at the one side, you can at the other part of the earth surface, you can see there is a full of snow, and other side you will see there is the continuously hailstones over there, and the crops are destructed. Yes, these are the changes which we can see in the form of condensation. Next, see, just now I told you about the water cycle. I know you all are very familiar with this process from back 4 to 5 years students. Yes, but why I have taken this, because water cycle is important in this lesson, that is the precipitation. Let's focus on the cycle, water cycle. See, the first stage you can see on your screen is about the stage one, that is the evaporation. Yes, evaporation. Then the second you can see the condensation leads to the form of clouds. When the water vapors are evaporated, then you can see the second form is condensation. When it in the stage two, the clouds are formed. Then third stage, this is the main stage we are going to uh, learn in detail in this chapter, that is the precipitation. It occurs when so much water has condensed that the air cannot hold it anymore. The cloud gets heavier and water falls back in the form of rain, snow, hail. This is what is precipitation. Whenever, whenever the stage three you can see, that time the water has condensed. That water has condensed. That time air cannot float, air cannot hold it anymore. So that time the clouds gets more heavier. Yes, the clouds gets more heavier and water falls back in the form of rain, snow, hail, etc. So this is what the precipitation, that is the stage three of water cycle, explains here. Next, the last stage, it is the fourth stage, runoff and infiltration. This was about the water cycle. Why I explain you in short about the water cycle? Because the main part what we are going to learn in this chapter, that is the precipitation. Yes, here we have start. Here we had a great introduction about the precipitation lesson. So let's focus on the main topic. Let's start our main lesson. Yes, this is our precipitation lesson, chapter number 5. Yes, first is definition. Water, water falls in the solid or liquid state from clouds to the ground is known as precipitation. This can come for 2 marks with the example. You can note it down or you can take the speech. Yes, in simple words, you have to write it down what is the precipitation and its example. So water falls in the solid or liquid, some solid or in liquid state from clouds to the ground. In simple words, it is explained over here. And examples are rain, hail, sleet, snow. These are the examples of precipitation. Now here in the example, you are familiar with the rain word, hail also, sleet, snow. But you are not familiar with the word sleet. So what is sleet over here? It is one of the form of precipitation. Sleet means when the rain contains some ice as well, hailstones. When ice and hailstones it's combined, you can see that sleet over there. This is also the form of precipitation. Yes. After the definition, there are the three major forms of precipitation. That is snow, hailstones, and rainfall. So in detail, we are going to study all these three major forms of precipitation. So let's do the first one. Let's study the first one. That is snow. Yes. Yes. What is snow here? Snow is also the snow word is also well known to everyone. Everyone likes to play in the snow. Yes. So So what is snow? Snow is a small white crystals of ice formed directly from the water vapor of the air. Yes, in simple words, snow means what? Small white crystals of ice formed directly from the water vapor of the air. It is known as snow. So let's see the what more they have mentioned in this lesson. Will focus it. When the temperature in the atmosphere falls below the freezing point, water vapor directly turns into the snowflakes. This is called the sublimation. So here, here you can see the new word you can see over here, that is the snowflakes. Snowflakes. The image you can see on your screen about the snowflakes. See, here you can see a small star over there. Yes, this one. Snowflakes means what? It is a piece of snow. It is known as snowflakes. And what is sublimation? Here, see the second image today. Sublimation means what? When this sublimation is, it is a chemical process where a solid turns into a gaseous state without going to liquid state. Yes, example, it is example of sublimation. You can take like ice cubes. It shrinks in the freezer. Yes, when you observe your ice cubes in your refrigerator, it shrinks over there in the freezer. That is known as the sublimation. Yes, sublimation means what? It is a chemical process when the temperature of the atmosphere falls down below the freezing point, and the water vapor, it turns to snowflakes. Yes, and this is called as sublimation. It is a chemical process. Next, and what is the example of sublimation? Just remember that refrigerator ice cube, it is the example of sublimation. So you will be able to write your own definition also with meaning. So with the example, you will be able to elaborate that definition. So sublimation is the chemical process. It directly turns solid into gaseous state. No liquid state it gets in. So example is ice cubes of sublimation. Next. Next about is about snow only. Here, the vapor in the form of gas transforms into solid snow. Precipitation in the form of solid particles of snow is known as snowfall. This definition is about the snowfall. How the snowfall forms when the water vapor, when the vapor in the form of gas transforms into solid. That time you can see there is a snowfall in that region. Yes. As snow is in the solid form, it does not flow like water. Layers of snow get deposited. As snow, you know, snow is a solid form. It does not flow like water in liquid state. But there are some layers of the snow, you can say. It slowly gets deposited, means it slowly goes down over there about the snow. Then third point about the snow is there. When the snow accumulates on a large scale, then the transport and communication system of that area collapses. Yes, you can see the image also here. You can see the image here. How the tree has been in the between only, it has been stuck over there. Yes, so there is we cannot communicate, and the transport system is also it, it will not be available due to the snow in that area is on large scale. Next, so this is one type one One thing about the snow, it is very disadvantage about the snow. When the snow accumulates on a large scale, there is no transport and no communication system, and it is collapsed over. Yes. Now here it is frostbite. When we are there in the snow region, yes, to live the people, it is very difficult students to live in that snow region. Yes, but people, those who live in that snow region, they have to be very protective about themselves from the frost bite, which you can see on your screen. Yes, when the snow melts, the region gets hot. But when the people is there in that snow region, they will be, this can be happen to their body, that is known as frost bite. Yes. Yes, so this was about the first major form of precipitation, that is the snow. Next, the second major form of precipitation is about hail. So this is the second form of precipitation, hail. Yes. Hail means what? It is a small and very hard balls of ice that fall from the sky like a rain. Yes, small hail means what? Very small hard balls of ice that falls from the sky like a rain. So this is what the in simple way you will to understand the hail. So here what they have given, we will see. First point. When there is a lot of heat on the Earth's surface, the upward air flow billows at a greater speed. When there is lot of heat on the Earth's surface, students, that time the air which flows towards the upward, the speed of that air is very faster. That time, because of that speed, because of that upward flow, the temperature of the air reduces and the condensation of the water vapor takes place. Yes, when there is lot of heat on the earth's surface, yes, that time what happens? The air which flows at a greater speed. That time you can see the temperature of the air is reduced, and then the condensation of the water vapor takes place. That time what happened, you can see the dark clouds are formed. Yes, we just imagine now suddenly you can see there are the dark clouds over there. Then you will start saying, yes, now it's going to rain. Because why you said that? Because you saw in the sky there are dark clouds over there. That time what happened, because of the upward movement of air, these droplets go to a higher altitude, at higher altitude region. Here the solidification of these droplets occur and hailstones are formed. Yes, because of the movement of the air which goes upwards. That time the droplets go to a higher altitude. Yes, then that time the solidification of that water droplets, it forms into the hailstone is known is this in this way the hailstones are formed. In this way the hailstones are formed. You can see the images examples of hailstone also on your screen. Then as hailstones are very heavy when they fall towards the ground, but because of the frequent upward flow of air, they are repeatedly taken upwards. When we see most of the students, I know you have observed the hailstones also in your village or in your own native place also. Yes, hailstones, it is where they are very heavy when we stand on the ground or on the land. That time you can experience that how the hailstone, you can feel how strong it is and how heavy they are when they fall on the ground because of the what is the reason? Because the upward flow of the air, and they are repeatedly taken upwards. After that, here a new layer of snow encapsulates. Now here you can see the new word over here, encapsulates. Encapsulates means what? To summarize, to enclose, to place, to summarize. To summarize. Encapsulates means to summarize. That time when the hailstones they repeatedly falls down, that time you can see the concentric layers are formed over there. This happens quite a few times. Hence, concentric layers are formed while the hail grows in size. When there is a continuous flow of hailstone students on the ground, that time you can see the big hailstones over there. When you hold it in your hand, you can see there are the layers. There are the concentric layers in that hailstones. Yes, like when we prepare a sandwich. Yes, let's take an example of sandwich. When we prepare a sandwich, uh, we put layers on it, like cucumber, tomato, potato, then cheese. This is the example. So your layers are formed. Then the sandwich is formed over it. Same in like that only. When the hailstones continuously it is in flow, rapidly it comes down on the ground. That time in that hailstones, when you hold it in your hand, you can see that concentric layers are formed. Yes, it, in your textbook also or in your during exam also for 2 marks it can asked as a question student during the exam how concentric layers are formed in hailstone. So you have to note it down. Next, these big hailstones fall rapidly to the ground because of gravity. Yes, gravitational force. Everyone knows about the as you have studied uh, in this science subject also about the gravitational force. As the hailstones are very heavy, so that's why they fall it rapidly to the ground. We call the precipitation of this type as hail showers. This type of uh, form you can see in our atmospheric region, that you can say there is hail showers over there. Then let's see about the examples of hails. Hails occur in summers in India, Africa, and in some parts of Southeast Asia. Yes, during in summers in India, you can experience about the hailstones only in summer. Also, as well as in Africa, in some parts of Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia means this Malaysia, Indonesia. Then, hailstones do not occur in equatorial areas because of the heat in the atmosphere. Hails do not occur in equatorial region. Equatorial region means the Amazon basin of Brazil, which is in North America. That time you can see there are no hailstones occur because because of the heat in the atmosphere. Hailstones do not occur in cold zones because of lack of upward flow. Hailstones only occur in summers in India, Africa, and Southeast. It doesn't occur in equatorial and in cold zone areas because there is the air, the upward flow of air is very less. So here we have studied the second major form of precipitation, that is hail. So let's move on to the third form of precipitation, that is rainfall. Yes. During our childhood, students, you remember your childhood days. Yes, we are very uh, we were we was very curious to know how this rainfall comes. Yes, how it comes down. Yes, this was the curiosity about ourselves. Yes, how the rainfall comes down, how it occurs. So we were very curious to know about the rainfall. Yes, because we want to laugh, we want to dance, we want to play in that first rainfall. So here, how the rainfall is formed, how the rainwater droplet is formed, we are going to clear this point in this topic. Rainfall. We get water in the form of rainfall. The temperature of the air with water vapor reduces when it goes higher. When the temperature of the air with water vapor, it comes down, and when it goes higher and higher, that time the condensation of the water vapors is formed over there. Whenever there is a question regarding the rainfall, that time just take a reminder, take a do the sorry, summarize the water cycle. Just fix that image of the water cycle, students, and you will be able to write how the rain droplets form. Whenever the temperature of the air with water vapor, it reduces, and when it goes higher, the condensation of the water occurs. Clouds are formed over there. When the condensed water droplets and dust particles accumulate, when when the dust particles and the water droplets in the form of clouds, it accumulates. That time you can see there is the rainfall. You can experience the rainfall. Next, the water droplets increases in size when they cannot float in the air anymore because of their weight. They come down as rainfall. Yes, just now we have seen in the water cycle also about the stage 3 precipitation. Here also the same you can correlate. The water droplets increases in size when they cannot float in the air anymore. That time the weight of that they cannot hold it anymore. That time you can see the that time you can see the they come down as rainfall. This was about the rainfall. So I hope you all have understood about the rainfall, how the rain droplets is formed when the clouds are made of water droplets within a cloud, and that water droplets it does condense onto one another, causing the droplets to grow. And when this water droplets it gets heavy, that they cannot stay in the cloud, students, because they are very heavy to stay in that cloud. So that time they fall to the earth as a rain. So this was about the explanation about the rainfall in a simple words. So here we had a great. So here we have. Here we have completed the three major forms of precipitation. First was about snow, third was hail, and third was rainfall. Yes, let's have a revision now, students, within a in a very quick. Yes. The first point is that precipitation and its major form. What is precipitation? When the water falls in the solid or liquid from the clouds to the ground is known as precipitation. And major forms are snow, hail, rainfall. These are the major forms of precipitation. In the snow, what we have studied about the snowflakes. Yes, a piece of snow is a snowflake. And what is sublimation? Sublimation means it is a chemical process when the solid turns into a gaseous state without going to liquid. What is the sublimation example? This example is about the ice cube. Ice cube which shrink in the freezer is known as sublimation. Remember this. About the frostbite. Frostbite with people those who live in the snow region, that they have to be very protective about the frostbite. Next, snowfall. Snowfall is about snowfall. Yes. Next, we have studied about the snowfall. As the snow is a solid form, it does not flow like a water. When the snow accumulates, that time you can see there is transport and communication system of that area is collapsed. Next, about the hail we have studied. What is a hail? Hail means a small hard balls of ice that fall from the sky like a rain. When there is lot of heat on the earth, the upward air flows at the greater speed and dark clouds are formed. In that, you can see there is a solidification of these water droplets are occur and hailstones are formed. In hailstones, we have studied about the concentric layer. Just now, I told you all about the concentric layers. Yes, take the example of the sandwich. You can see the layers you can see. Same in that only. In the hailstone, there are the concentric layers, but it only few times it happens. The students concentric layer when there is a too much fall of hailstones. That time only you can see their concentric layers. And uh, hailstones occur due to the this because of the gravity. Then last we have studied about the rainfall. Yes, generally we get water in the form of rainfall. That time, that time, rainfall is what? When the water droplets, it cannot condense in that in the cloud. Yes, because they are very heavy. That thing you can see there is the rainfall which comes down. This is the form of rain droplets. So students, here it was our first part of this chapter number 5, precipitation. Yes, today what we have studied about how the rain droplets form three major forms of precipitation, how the hailstones form, why they do not occur in all the region, what we have studied in the introduction as a previous knowledge. All that learning outcomes we have studied in this part 1 in today's class. So here on your screen you can see there are few questions you can see. There are 4 questions over there as a evaluation part. Take the screenshot students and solve it in your own words. Then you can take the help of this lecture or you can take the help of the textbook also. But first you try and then cross verify your answer. Then see the questions you can see. Sublimation. What is sublimation? Define precipitation. And how the concentric layers are formed of hailstones. How the rain droplets form. These are the questions you can easily write with the examples. So here was our today's session about the precipitation, chapter number 5. We have studied the part 1. I hope you all have understood this lesson. Very well. So we are going to continue part 2 in the next session. Till then, keep on learning, students. Stay home, stay safe, and keep learning.